Jelena has a very thin skin around her eye area. You can see her veins. That is why we use a concealer that offers us a full coverage and makes our eyeshadow shades pop out once applied. The concealer shade is 1 to 2 shades lighter than her foundation but has the same undertone, which is neutral light. As Jelena has a heavy-lidded eye shape, it is recommended to use an eye primer to prevent the eyeshadow from creasing later on. For the inspired Kim K Met Gala bronzy look, I chose a palette which has different varieties of warm brown shades and different textures, such as metallic, sparkly, and matte. We choose these 3 shades: Latte, Cozy, and Fireside. To apply the first shade, which is our transition shade, we use a dense applicator brush to apply the shade concentrated on the inner and the outer corner of the eyes. As we're going for a halo eye makeup look, we need to leave a space between the inner and outer corner of the eyes. You don't need to leave a space, but it is recommended for a clean eye makeup application. As there is no big gap between Jelena's crease to her brow bone, we need to work our way a bit higher than usual, but still be aware to keep a small gap between those parts. We work our way slightly above the crease, especially with the transition shade, to create the smoky eye effect. Then we switch to the darker shade Cozy and apply it on top of our transition shade to build up the intensity of our eyeshadow shade slowly but precisely. Now with the round fluffy blending brush, we blend with the transition shade Latte all over the crease and slightly above it. You can see it's starting to look patchy, but don't worry, as the next step will correct the patchiness. To really apply pigments fully concentrated and prevent patchiness, I often use my pink finger as an eyeshadow applicator, especially for the application of the darkest shade. In this case, I'm applying Fireside under the crease in the inner and outer corner of the eye. To blend everything seamlessly, we use different brushes like the small tapered blending brush. We go into the crease and blend in circular motion to get rid of hard edges created by the darkest shade. Next comes the fluffy round blending brush to blend the outer V of the eye and to create a more elongated look. You can use the brush with or without product. I recommend to only use the transition shade or just no product at all. As we can tell in the process of blending, some parts get patchy. Usually it's the darkest shades. So to correct those parts, you can just go over the patchiness and pack it with product again. To make the eye makeup even more perfect and flawless, we use a petite tapered blending brush for a touch-up and go over the edges and blend them well together with the transition shade. As we don't have much space between the crease and brows, we have to work with brushes that blend even more precisely. Now it's time to fill the gap with a flat dense brush and a small amount of concealer to make the golden shade we want to use next really pop out. Don't use a lot of product, just a thin layer, and try to dab it with your fingers onto the skin and blend it slightly with the dark brown shade. Then we use a golden stick eyeshadow pencil and apply it in the center of the eyelid on top of the concealer. The golden pressed glitter eyeshadow will give us a more intense halo look. Press the glitter eyeshadow onto the lid and pat it with the finger a little over the dark brown shades to blend hard edges. Next, use a waterproof kohl liner for the upper and underwater line. Because Jelena's eyes are round and big, you can make them appear a bit smaller with the kohl liner. You can line the eyes when they are open, but it is more comfortable for the client when the eyes are closed. To do so, put your eyeliner softly on the waterline and tell the client to close her eyes. Slowly start with small strokes and ask the client if she is okay with the pressure. Then just go ahead and line both under and upper waterline at the same time. Now start applying the same 3 shades we used on the lid on the lower lash line. First, start with the transition shade Latte, then Cozy, and then Fireside. You can use any small brush that is good to apply and blend the product. Small mistakes happen in between. As you see, I'm removing a dot I created with the kohl liner. Just take a Q-tip and correct carefully. Next comes the eyelash curler. Jelena has naturally flat eyelashes, so to prepare the eyelashes perfectly for the mascara application and the false eyelashes, we curl them. The client has to keep her eyes open when you place the curler close to the roots of the lashes, and when you slowly start to press the curler, tell the client to close her eyes to prevent her eyes from tearing. Then ask her in between if everything is alright. Hold the curler for 10 to maximum 30 seconds each eye and release slowly. The mascara we use will give her lashes more volume because that is what Jelena's lashes need. We place the mascara close to the roots of her lash line and wiggle her lashes in a zigzag motion and work our way up. As the eye makeup is nearly done, we give it a last touch up while blending with a big tapered blending brush without any product. For more intense curled lashes, we use the eyelash curler once again. The false lashes we're using are dramatic and match perfectly with our makeup look. To make sure whether they fit perfectly, we place them close to the lash line without any glue applied. They do fit perfectly since Jelena has big round eyes. Now we apply the glue on the lashes and wait for up to 30 seconds and then apply it with an applicator or your fingers. Press the false lashes slightly against the skin. Sometimes the false lashes are loose at the end or the beginning of the lashes. Most of the time it's visible because you did not line the upper lash line with an eyeliner. To correct this common mistake, we can apply a thin layer of lash glue on the skin where we want to stick the false lashes again and wait for 20 to 30 seconds until the glue turns dry. Then you can stick the false lashes against the skin. To fill in any small gaps between lash line and false lashes, you can line and fill in those gaps with an eyeliner or kohl liner like we're doing. Afterwards, we wipe off any eyeshadow fallouts and start applying eye cream to hydrate the eye area.